Good morning, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Impact Pod. And today we have a lovely brother, one of the, let's say, the leaders in Chicago, Illinois, United States, who is in the health space side. And his name of his staffing agency is AKK Staffing Family Paramount Hospice. And he's in the house with us today to come and educate us, give us more knowledge on the health care sector, which he is into. And I kindly sit down, watch, just don't just watch, but listen and have your pen down. Mr. Bosa, welcome to our lovely
Thank,
episode.
thank you, brother. Thank you. As you said, I should have your
Guess,
pen
I guess
down.
before you start, take away from that name. Just call him Mr. Boss.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Stop.
okay.
I never reached that level. See this one. What's set me up right now? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm very grateful, and thank you. Happy to be here. Great man, and thank you guys.
Can you introduce yourself, please? Because I just said, Mr. Bosa, I don't know the full name, where you hail from, and stuff. Can you introduce yourself to our lovely viewers that don't know you?
Okay. My name is the full name is Bello Olisa, Anene Ozoma Okonkwo.
Confirm.
Everybody calls me Bosa because seem like Belulis is a long name. So people have bit their tongue trying to pronounce it. So we try to do it Bosa. If you can't do Bosa, then you can do B.
Okay.
And I'm from Nigeria, born in New York, grew up in Nigeria, and went back to Nigeria when I was a year old.
Wow.
And came back to America at 8:20. And went to secondary schools, primary school, elementary school in Nigeria. Went to Dennis Memorial Grammar School, DMGS in Onitsha, and Lux Fiat. And immediately after I'm done with secondary school, I started my journey in America with my mom. And before my siblings joined us years later with my parents, everybody,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good intro.
I
Very
know, right?
powerful one.
For me, I will call you Mr. Boss throughout this
Brother, now wow.
Yeah.
This is a setup. Oh.
No, this
Everybody, this is a setup.
no. You know, it's not by this size
Yes.
or by the physical appearance. It's about what you're having and what people say about you. I can say with all sense of responsibility that, yeah, I've had a lot of. I'm just telling you that I've been around you once. The way you were, have you eaten? You don't even care whether you know this, whether this one works for you or not. So I give you that kudos.
Thank you.
Before I go to the question about what you do, I mean, what keeps you humble?
I think realizing in life that nothing is permanent. Because I have the opportunity that I had, it can be somebody else.
Sure.
So I don't really know why God picked me. So you got to stay humble. And secondly, most importantly, I'm aware there was a time we did not have. I'm still aware that there was a time that getting a cold water is a privilege because you're gonna have light at home and NEPA
100.
and generator
And
for
NEPA
the
is
water
not
to
there.
be inside fridge.
For people watching, if you don't know the meaning of NEPA, if you're in Nigeria, you know what we're talking about. Yeah.
It's the electricity company.
Yeah.
And so I've seen people, family, go through not having to having and not having not to have. So for me, LIFE, life, is something that that is very delicate. My journey so far has been people that I've met some time ago, has been the pillars of it. So I got to stay humble.
Thank you for that.
No problem.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, how did you find yourself in the health sector in America here?
I actually started as a caregiver.
Okay.
A caregiver is the beginning stages of the health system. People for the health workers. I started as a caregiver means I did not have a certificate. That was my first journey when I relocated from California to Chicago. I did caregiving job at Sunrise in Schaumburg. And in that journey, I went to get a CNA certificate. And then I worked at Manucare in Arlington Heights and did night shift. Worked as a DSP at a company called St. Coletta. They came from Wisconsin. Thanks to my mom. She got me in.
You did the work.
She did a lot of work. A lot of work, my brother. I would work night shift, go to Sunrise during the day, and go to school. And when I was in Sunrise, did not even know anything or people were watching. Because I grew up with my grandmother, first couple of years after I went back to Nigeria from America, I went back with my dad. My mom finished school, and then she came back home. Grew up with my grandmother and my grandpa. To his blessed memory, my grandma will be 100 next year.
Wow.
My grandfather has passed a couple of years back. And I treated those residents like they are mine. And I tell people, when I did it, still doing it, that was the best part of healthcare for me. I say it up to today. Doing the hands-on, one-on-one, till today is the best part of healthcare that I've enjoyed. So that is my journey. And when I was with Sunrise, I went to nursing school, became an LPN. And when I was working at Sunrise, I was approached by a gentleman. His name is Manish Patel.
He's an Indian, right?
He's an Indian man. He approached me and told me that he has went to other Sunrises and talked about Bosa, working with Bosa, and he will get a referral.
Wow.
He said, "Oh, that's good." I don't know what he's talking about. Unless I have no what he's talking about. I said, "Okay, no problem. Keep doing it." He told me, "Any day you leave Sunrise, give me a call." And I left Sunrise. When I became an LPN, I called him, and he gave me a job on Monday. I did not fill an application, showed up in his office. He has a cubicle and one person working. I said, "What did I get myself into?" And he gave me a job, and Johnny has changed after that. And I just want to say thank you, Manish, anytime if we ever see this. Thank you for the opportunity.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one. And Manish, thank you also. You give us the opportunity to be able to speak to him today. Yes. I guess that's the beginning of greatness. I would like to go back a little. Coming back from Nigeria into the US, the change of lifestyle, the workload, things are strange. How did you walk through that path before relocating to Chicago in order for your Schaumburg, in order for you to get a care job? Because an immigrant coming in, then seeing the way we do back home is different from here. The work time, there's no space for work. There's no space to even enjoy yourself after work. How did you walk through that? I believe that's a little bit of struggle if I'm using the right word. So can you?
Yeah, I give my mom props, man. I will remember one time, my mom started the journey in Chicago first, right? Okay. From California, she left and relocated here, and I was still in California with my uncle. Thanks, Uncle Namde. He took me in as a son, and up to today. And I remember coming to Chicago and relocating. Bro, it was different. Boy, at that time, a 23, 24-year-old, if you old enough to be in Schaumburg and Chicago, you know where it's called John Balacon, Margarita. Bro, I partied. I was doing paycheck by paycheck. I was going to Walmart. I will put in, I don't have money in the account, but I need to buy juice or water. I will take it and say, okay, I will now request for cash back, hoping to, when I get paid again, the money will go in. So I'm pretty much on red, trying to survive. It was a culture shock. Won't lie. But thanks again to my mom. Thanks to very few people. I'm very grateful to them. I will call to a couple of my friends and say, can you borrow me $50? I pay you back when I get paid. They will do that. When I get paid, I pay them. So when I come back to ask, they will give me again. And I started, bro, it was not easy until I looked myself in the mirror. I remember in Streamwood while we were living there, and I cried and I said, I can't live like this, man. And I went to nursing school, but it was a big culture shock. And one thing again that I liked some good things.
E.g.
Yeah, I can see. I know.
I like some good things. I won't lie. I will not lie. I liked it, but I know I have to work
for it.
To get it.
I have to work to get it. It's not gonna come from heaven. We're not living large in Nigeria. Then just a normal family that is working and hoping the government pays your parents so you can live. So I realized again at that time that I was my mom's husband because my dad was not here. So my role is changing now from being just me being a son to taking care of her subconsciously because my dad is not here. My dad, I remember one time he called me, he said, I gave you my wife. If you think you are good now, she will come home. I say, no, don't bring her back. I need the food. I need the everything. But the culture shock was real. But having my mother around at those times, huge for me.
Yeah. Thanks for that. I want to, like you said, I want to, just go back a little bit. Where during the intro, you said you went back to Nigeria at the age of 1 year, right?
Yes.
So, and you refer to your grandma or blessed. Oh,
No,
grandma is still here.
My grandfather.
Yeah. Okay, you mentioned your grandma that she trained you up, and your mom is still here, right?
Finishing up at school.
Okay, so I'm very sure your kids will always refer to your mom too later. What can you say about the kind of knowledge your grandma imparted into you? Like here today, we know how this society is, the world, the way it's changing these days. I don't think many kids want to go back to Nigeria. But I've seen people, when I was back in Nigeria, I've seen people who brought their kids back home. So that kind of journey back home, you went back to Nigeria, you went to school, you did this. What effect does that kind of society have on you growing up? How was it able to modify your character, your humbleness, and everything?
100%. 100%. My early stages in Nigeria, I still have friends in Nigeria up to today. We talk, they come to America, I go travel to Nigeria or wherever they are around the world. We still kept in touch. It is everything. Going back home, I always say was one of the best gifts my parents did for me. I went back home. Coming back to America, I appreciated having ice in a water. Driving today in a road free of potholes. Going out at night and coming back not scared that something will happen. I grew up in Nigeria when I was 1 to when I was 20. It was huge. It's everything for me. I think it definitely shaped me.
The way you appreciate life this.
Oh, huge. Because when you grew up knowing as you grow up at a stage in life, you realize that you don't really know it until a certain age. You realize that your friends, either you have one shoe for 2 years and you see your friend, they're changing it every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
You realize, okay.
What's up?
And then you have a shoe, somebody's wearing slippers. Then you realize, you have slippers, I have shoes. Okay, I'm grateful. No?
I'm grateful.
You know, you have water, you have light. You go to your aunties or your uncles, the generator is on. Some people will come to you. They can eat rice with plantain, they are happy.
Yes.
You kind of started to figure out, hold on, we are better. It seems like we are better than this. And this is better than this. Subconsciously, you start appreciating the little things that you have. And then when you relocate here, somebody like me, I realize, hold on, I still have siblings. The job is to do everything for them to come, and then they come and they have the same appreciation of the hard work that our parents have done.
Okay.
Wow.
Brother, you got to appreciate it and know that it's everything. So take life as it comes, work hard so you can be able to be happy.
You're right about it.
Okay. Okay. That's a good one. We've gone round and round the foundation a little bit. Yeah, we'll stop there for the foundation. So
Keep digging.
keep digging. So I would love to ask, how did AKK staffing started? Did it start with the family Paramount Hospice, or the AKK staffing started alone alongside the development came in?
The AKK staffing actually started 2015.
2015.
The birth of AKK staffing started with my journey at Sunrise. I didn't plan it. But as it came, I took it. I was in Nigeria Christmas. Usually I spend Christmas holidays back home. And I received a phone call from one of my accounts then when I was working for my old boss as a home health marketer. And I was made aware that I was no longer with the company when I was in Nigeria. 25th December. I received a call. The person said, "Hey, Bosa, what email am I getting?" I say, "What email?" Because whenever I travel, I roam my line. I said, "What email are you talking about?" She said, "Oh, we had an email you are no longer with so company." I said, "When?" It's a couple of hours ago. I said, "Hold on, I didn't know that." So I called the manager. The manager confirmed that it seemed like I'm no longer with the company. So I logged into the system, my phone. I realized that I can't log in. I'm like, hold on, oh, I know your work.
Where did it happen?
And I did Nigeria. The little money I don't save, I don't spend on Nigeria. The ball,
It got tire you immediately.
bro. I turned around, I looked at my wife. She didn't understand what's happening.
No.
I said, "Can you come?" She comes. She said, "What's happening?" I said, "I don't get a job. Oh." So what do you mean you don't have a job? So I just got a call. I'm no longer with our old boss. So what do you mean? Remember, I'm going on vacation. There are some business that has been done. As a marketer, I'm expecting the payment, and then I'm getting called that I don't have a job.
Yeah.
So as I came back to Nigeria, from Nigeria, the facilities that we were assisting with home health at the time started calling me because I was the face for the home health company. I was the marketer. So they're still calling my phone to ask me about what's going on with the patient.
Oh,
Like,
my
I'm no longer with the
goodness.
company.
Yeah.
But they keep saying, "But Bosa, we need CNAs, we need caregivers. Can any of your people in the home health come and assist us?" I said, "No problem." My son was born April 2015. Akachukwu, God's hand. And September 2015, we chose to open up AKK. So I chose, and that name was intentional. Akachukwu in Ebola means God's hand. And that's the short form of AKK. So that's how. So I kind of said, okay, you can still get staffing. Call me. I will make sure you get staffing. And that is where my family plays a role. So for my brothers, to my in-laws,
everyone,
to my friends,
we are
everybody. That was my first set of people. And most of, including my dad. My dad worked in a facility called, man, forget the job.
Again, the hustle is real.
My dad went to work. He uses a cane. My dad he goes to work, he will leave the cane in the car. So he doesn't want to show, but he can only do night.
Night, okay.
So he's old.
Yeah.
And
Oh my goodness.
That-
That's serious.
oh boy.
The fact is that when people don't know the beginning of your story, they only see the
They only
shiny
see
side.
the shiny side. They don't see the struggle,
That's
the
what
real
I always tell
struggle.
people. That shiny side you see, if you ask him or her, if she tell you a little bit of what he or she has been through, you don't want to say, "Oh, I want to go through that too." But thank God for good family
Oh
members. you
boy,
have
it's
around
everything,
you.
man.
And in-laws.
I remember Papa go to work one day and they were living in Streamwood and I came into the house to see them during my break, just doing marketing. And he was laying down. And my mom was putting a hot water on his back. I said, hey, Dad, what's happening? He didn't want to tell me.
Mm.
And later my mom said that his back is paining him. I said, my back is paining him. What's happening? My mom cannot whisper to me. He goes to work. And when he goes to work and comes back, he will put a hot massage on him. I said, Mba now. He can't walk no more. Told him, Mba. My dad said, do you have money to pay? If you go hire people, will you pay them?
Will you pay them?
I said, but you can do it, Daddy. He said, okay, no problem. But the man did not stop.
No. Mm.
And then my sister was pregnant with my last nephew. And my sister will go to work, and I got a call from the DON in facility in Bolingbrook. And the DON called me and said, she doesn't know it's my sister. She said, Bosa. I said, my ED said that she doesn't want you, she doesn't know it's my sister, Amanda, here. I said, why? We're not going to take liability. She's heavily pregnant.
Heavily pregnant.
Heavily pregnant. I came home, I told my sister, I said, this is my sister cried. She's not crying because she's not going to go to work. She's crying because she knows the struggle. The insiders know the struggle. The insiders know the struggle then. I have a couple of friends. They will go to work and they will not get paid for a month or two. I'll do an IOU.
I owe you with them.
And when the 2 months comes by, I say, hey, this is your check now. And they tell me, hey, no. Keep it. We'll come back in 2 months. Wow. I'm like, so I'm writing a name of people I owe, and I realize these are only families.
Only
But that was the journey, and I went to banks and new business. Nobody's giving us any loan, so I have to dip into our savings account with my wife, who's the rock, who's my... She's the engine room, and my wife is the engine room. She's the
jewel of inestimable value, right?
oh everything, brother. She will tell me, no, go ahead, that's fine. I know what Papi can do.
Shout out to you, Mom.
Yes, shout out to
Yeah.
you, love.
It's giving
Shout
you
out to you.
your flowers now.
She's
Real flower.
She's the MVP, man. She's the main one. She saw it before I did. She saw it before I did. She saw it before I did.
Are you bought into what she's into that dream?
Oh, yeah.
Because this is what I say. We learn every day through these our conversations. A lot of men don't want to buy into the dreams of their partners. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, you're a woman, you can't see anything. Sometimes God can give your little kid the dream. And if you faithfully buy into it, you always have your testimony. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's the truth.
It's buying into it. I think you hit the point.
That is the
It's
truth.
buying into it. We were driving on Gulf Road. The name AK Care was even hers because I just went back and found out. Baby, say AK Care. I say, yes. I had a son in April. Her idea, I'm like, AK Care. I'm like, yeah, we got it. We're driving. I remember we just passed Gulf and Barrington Road. She talked and I said, I think we got to say yes. She's the one that did everything, man. She's doing it from the back. I'm out here in the front. People think it's all Bosa.
Shout out to you again, man.
One
Shout
more
out to
time.
you,
Yeah,
baby.
I give you your flowers.
Muya shout out to you, though. Muya Zenia, thank you, love. Yes. And that is the journey. So my family, my friends, they were everything in the beginning of this business, AKK, and they are still part of it up to today. And that's one thing that I've always said to people that had the opportunity to work with us. I say that it's not a work. You can choose to do it with anybody. If you ever give it an AKK 1 hour of your time, you're a family forever. And why I say that is that these people had an opportunity to do it somewhere else.
Yes.
They are right, their choice. But they choose one day to come to the office, to be part of this company. So many people were paid with a check. Thank you to Trauma Groceries, because that's where I was meeting people to have them apply or drop off checks for them to go pick it up in his shop. I didn't have no place to go. It was my basement for 2 years. Then Trauma was the only place, African store, that I can tell people, go there, application is there, or go there, your check will be there by 12 o'clock. Pick up your check, it's on an envelope. I write checks, I leave it there. Me and my wife will be up at night, going through paper, timesheets, calculating tax calculations, and writing people's check. It's the story is long, and people that I can thank forever is long.
That brings me to one thing, support what you're saying. I have a brother who also works something like you, Toby.
Yes.
At the Boye job.
Yes.
I told you, I was in his office one time, and we were in his office only by himself. I got there like 10 o'clock in the night, and we were talking. I look at the time, I say, I'm going home. I'm still going to drive like 1 hour. I say, Egbo, sit down, maybe they do 5G, go bring it. We were drinking. And I look at him, I said, people don't know what these guys go through. And it was like, bro, I need to pay these people. I need to look at the timesheet. Was busy, making calls to staff somewhere. Okay, what can we do? And I love, man, it's not easy. When people see people who get to the top, I know you're going to the top.
Amen.
For sure. AK is going places.
Amen.
No, I mean, I can see it. But people don't know the kind of sacrifice you've been through, what you've done. Thank God you are blessed with good people around you.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I think you're right. To talk about Toby, he's a great guy. Actually, when he made the call, I'm like, it's come from you, no problem. This is part of the thing that we are gonna talk about. Hopefully,
yeah, we're getting there.
Just being able to
be a
collaboration.
We're getting there.
Okay. Okay. AKK staffing and family paramount hospice. What is the difference between them? Because I know one is serving and the paramount hospice is
the hospice company for providing hospice services to patients that are transitioning.
Okay, please, can you dig in a little bit into the two?
The difference of
yes.
So AKK
that
staffing,
our people can
know.
To know.
So AKK staffing, it's a company that assists facilities and families that need assistance. So facilities that will need assistance with caregivers, CNAs, LPNs, RNs, AKK staffing becomes the bridge to assist those. And then Family Paramount Hospice, it's a hospice company, and we're providing hospice services to families, patients, and if they're in facility. So when people are transitioning, see, this life is stages. There's a time we are going to be born. There's a time we are all going to be where we are right now, drinking water, going out, minding our business, family, friends. And there'll be a time that becomes a change that we are going to go to America, whatever you believe in. Family Paramount Hospice does not believe that you can go through that journey alone. So when that time comes, if there is a diagnosis of a terminal illness, Family Paramount Hospice becomes a family that you can depend and rely on. So what we do is that we will provide services starting from giving you a CNA, a certified nursing assistant, to assist with the basic care that you need, which is showering, taking vitals, making sure that everything is good, and getting to the nursing part that will put in a plan of care for you that tailors to the patient that is transitioning. Remember, people that are going through that sometimes can be very fearful.
Yeah, I know.
They can feel that they're alone with the journey that they are going through. But our team of nurses will plan a care that tailors to you. And we have the social worker that will assist the families with a lot of resources that they will need in the community and for the care of their loved ones. We have our medical director who will oversee all the services about the hospice. And then you have the chaplain and the bereavement team that will still be with the family a year after they move on, after they transition. And then you have the office team that puts all this together with the DME company, which is the medical equipment, to make sure that we provide oxygen, hospital bed, and providing all those things that they need. So staffing is totally different from hospice. Two different entities, but just one person kind of in the head, but it's not going to be there for a long time. I'm hoping that we can have somebody that will do this because too much, maybe smart.
Yeah, I want to ask you one
But that's what Family Paramount Hospice.
There is always two sides to everything in this life. There's always the good side, the bad side, the time to love it. Do you have any, because since we started talking, I can see the story has been good. To God be the glory. Is there any other side to
The struggle side.
the struggle?
There's no laugh.
I mean, we take care.
All the questions you ask are the good ones. Now. You never ask the bad one. And if you want my bad one, I'll give you bad one. But there was no money in this beginning of this thing. And there is still no money.
You said
I think that's what people got to understand.
there's still no money.
Brother, is there?
But
I put it like,
you pay people like 3,000, 4,000 sometimes. So you that you're in charge of paying money, you don't tell me there's no money. That's what I tell your boy, to your friend Toby. I tell him, don't tell me that shit.
oh, Toby is telling you the truth.
Yeah, he said, Mom, if I tell you I don't have 5,000 in my account, you say
He's right. He's right, because I don't know about Toby's business.
Okay.
In the financial part, I can't talk about it. But I can tell you that if Toby says he has not been paying himself up to today, I'm not going to be surprised.
That is the right word. That's what he said.
I'm still going to be surprised.
That's the way he said it.
Paying yourself is not the priority. Can you pay yourself and owe somebody if you own a business?
No.
Exactly. So if you're a new business and you want to pay yourself and owe somebody, you will never get nobody to come to work. If you're a new business and you are hoping that the bank that you're using will give you a loan because you say you have a business, it's not going to happen. The challenging part and the sad part of it, I wouldn't say the sad, the challenging part about it is that the funds are not accessible out there. You have to go through some challenging time. I can speak about AKK staffing. When we started, did not pay myself until about 3 or 4 years into the business. AK staffing is about 8 years old. Did not pay myself. And there was a time I stopped paying myself in the whole process. For 4 years, I did not pay. I didn't take a check. When I took a check, I have to make sure I take a check after I make sure there's an extra. If there's no extra, what will I call you? Soji? I'm going to pay you on Friday. I'll pay you next week. Money no day. What are you talking about? You will not come to work the next day. Period. The rules will be everywhere. They are, don't go. Will you blame them?
You blame them.
They have a bill to pay. They have families to take care of. They have kids to take care. So part of this means there's no money that's out there to say, open up a business and now the money is there for you to use. No. So some people will use loan. Some people will use savings account. In our own story, and with my family, my wife and I, AKK staffing, we used our savings. We didn't go to loan. We got to loan. We are rejected, and the bank said you don't have enough for us to consider you at all, and it was tough.
I hope you've got back to that.
How did you know, Baba? Those banks, they always ask, in second point, they say, okay, we know. They explain it to you. You understand it. But at the same time, they're an institution. They are making sure that they cover themselves.
Okay.
But the small businesses, it's challenging out there. Anybody that has a small business, trust me, Wale, it's not easy.
Okay. For the AKK staffing and the family paramount hospice, the application process online, are they the same, or there's another portal to get, or if somebody wants to get like a full knowledge of what do you mean by hospice online, for them to educate themselves and see if that will fall into their dreams, like what, and for that what do you encourage them or tell them?
I would say this. This journey for hospice for staffing, AK staffing, like I said earlier, was because we are already in the line with the other company, and the call came and we took and ran with it. That is a process that you can go online, Illinois Department of Public Health for staffing agency. Some of these things are, the beautiful thing about America is that it is a public
information.
Yeah. So you go in, you click on staffing, you go through apply, and then go through the process. But before you apply, you have to have a business name. You have to go through, have an article of organization, register a business, and then when you put it the application, you can say this is the address, this is the name of the company. But yes, it can be done online. You can start that process. I say, if anybody want to do staffing, it's good. I tell people this: have your own niche and stay in your own lane.
Do your day.
Your lane, it's good enough. It might be small, but that small is good enough. Just keep fine-tuning it. As you fine-tuning it, you get to a stage whereby you'll be very, very good. And that's the staffing story. For the going through the application process and the staffing, it can be a little daunting, but it's doable. What do I mean by that? If you go to Illinois Department of Public Health, you will see where it says open up a staffing agency. As a brand new agency, they will ask you the questions about what is the name, what is the address. So make sure that you get the name registered and then go ahead and apply. Those things will be there. You're going to submit your article of organization. You're going to submit your insurance. I have a great insurance gentleman that have been with AK Staffing since we've opened. He's been the one giving us all the insurance for all the companies. And he has given us the liability, professional liability. He has given us everything we need on insurance base. You submit those with your application. You're going to need an RN that will be the head honcho that they need. You submit their information. You put everything in. They usually will require you to put in 2 facilities that you will give them. That is a contract you have. You submit. Things has changed after COVID right now, but it is still an easy process that can be done. And it's pretty much self-explanatory.
Yeah. That you just said brings me to the next question. What was your experience like during COVID?
Ooh. First of all, during COVID, I just want to, anybody that has worked for AKK during COVID, I just want to say thank you. They are really the real MVPs. I got a call from a facility when COVID hit in Cary, in Lake Zurich. Facility was on television. I was in bed sleeping. Facility called, there's something happening. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's happening. Everybody's still getting the information. I called a gentleman by name of Shay. Thank you, sir. All he told me was, Bosa, I will go. But did they have mask and gown? I said, I will ask. I called, I asked, they said they have it. I called him, he showed up. He went to work. He gave me the motivation to go to work.
You were
Because he
scared.
went first.
Were you scared?
If I did not go first, was I not scared? If I, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't know what's happening. That's why I said I'm gonna give him his flowers and thank him. Sheyi gave me and gave everybody the motivation to go in. He went in, came out, said, "It's easy. I just covered myself." I said, "You did it?" He said, "Yes." The next day, facilities are calling. Now the information is going around. Call this company, call this company, call this company. The word is spreading around. It boomed. I was on the floor working. I said COVID. When COVID happened, again, I went back to my family and friends. Everybody's looking at me. Did he go? I have to snap a picture with everything to tell you I'm inside.
I'm inside.
Go to work. And now they are doing it. Everybody else is feeling more comfortable and doing it. COVID was a challenging time, challenging moment. But everybody that went out there, you know, I have this lady that worked for us. She has some underlying health challenges. She needed to work. And she will go in, tell me she prayed. I told her not to go to work. I said, don't go to work. No, you have to. But she went, nothing happened to her. I will call her time to time. And about the 3rd month in, I made a decision. She didn't like it at the time. I told her she would never work night shift. And I tried to explain to her the reason why I think she should not work night shift. She didn't understand it. She left. And I understand why. I told her, go to morning shift, don't do night shift. She left. It was the peak of COVID. About 6 months later, 7 months later, she came back to AKK and told me she's coming back not to work night no more, but to do days because her doctor told her
To stop doing that.
to stop doing that. She needs to be sleeping in bed. Thank you. But I say, don't thank me. I don't want it to happen to you. They say, hey, can you go work? It happened to
It
you.
doesn't
I
happen
said,
to
don't
you.
do that. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
everybody in COVID that put their lives in the line, thank you. Thank you. It was a challenging time. It was one of the times that the name AKK was out there. I didn't even know it was. That's the truth. I didn't know because we were working. We were in the office. We are making sure we're trying to staff facilities, and you start hearing we get AKK. Like, thank you, everybody. The office were great. The people in the field, marvelous, wonderful, and it became a teamwork. It's a family. I'm very grateful to them.
That's a good one. What you've been speaking a lot about the relationship you have with your co-workers and every family members. How do you manage the relationship? That I know there will be some times that there will be it's no perfect relationship out there, but the way you're speaking about it looks like you have a good relationship with them. And I remember when I started telling my friends and colleagues like, "Oh, I'm bringing Bosa to know when to talk to." They were like, "Oh, that man, forget oh, na great man, oh, na better." I'm not capping.
Oh, wow.
I'm not capping. Yes, I'm not capping. There's not better person they bring come. I was like, "Oh, okay, then it looks like out of 10, 9 says." So I said, "Okay, now yeah, let me call Mr. Toby to arrange the meeting because." What I'm hearing now is different. So how do you manage that relationship? How are people been able to be giving you, the name is a lovely name out there. How do you manage that?
And I hope you are not one of those Nigerian here who have, getting to the pinnacle of their career, what they like to do, who like to say, I hide this thing for myself. Some people don't believe that, yes, we can all work together and everybody will be fine. Yeah.
how have I been able to manage it?
Yeah, the relationship with the people, with your staff, workers, family members.
Sense of appreciation.
Yeah, I can say something about actually that's annual picnic.
You and this are not picnic.
These are not picnic.
You and this are not picnic.
I'm serious. I've been there once,
Yeah.
and I was amazed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was blown away. He does it well. I never knew I was going to have the opportunity of sitting down with him, but I was looking at him. There was, the lady that invited was that's our boss. I'm looking at him like this. I said, wow, you get money. Oh. There was a DJ. There was a barbecue. There was food. Amala, hot one. I'm like, wow. And I see everybody. They are mostly staffs and families. So I can always say that about him. Yeah. I'll give him that.
I think it's sense of appreciation, man. It's like
I won't mention it again.
if you mention it, don't worry. We make sure the amala. I think I'm gonna make sure that you get this amala not special for you. No problem. It's sense of appreciation, and that's what it is. I'm grateful. I tried to make sure that everybody that joins us will come to the office once a week for the initial training. That is the beginning of building something. Getting to see them face to face. It hurts sometimes when somebody calls you and you don't have their phone saved on your phone, on my phone. I say, hello, you say, hey, my name is this. Say, oh, I see that name on the chat, but can't picture the face. Means if I might see this person tomorrow outside, they might say hi to me. I say hi. They're mad that I didn't know that
I didn't know.
Once an AKK or still an AKK. So I try to be in the office every Wednesday whenever there is the onboarding process, a sense of appreciation. And to go back to what you said, we don't have that in our blood. Our hope is that more minority and more majority will open up a small business. And what happens to small business and the big boys are totally different. Going above and beyond becomes your number one motto. People can say, no, I'll show up tomorrow. A small business owner will show up today. That's what makes us different. And that's all we have.
Yeah.
To be able to make ourselves available and accessible.
Well, me, I will throw in something. It's up to you to answer or not.
Okay.
Don't throw it one. Don't throw the one that you won't be able to.
Then we all leave the studio and go home. It's simple.
We leave them and go.
Yeah, we'll leave.
No, we are here. We are not going anywhere.
Okay. The first one is this: do you have any plan of deviating away from the health sector, like going into the entertainment sector or any other sector for now?
Entertainment, no.
Okay. What other sector aside from the health?
I mean, like, do you have intention of diversifying?
You said no.
Huge, yes.
Yeah.
But entertainment, no.
No.
Why? You look like somebody who's.
You like the giant.
You look like a big boss now.
Yeah,
You know the funny thing? I think this is the misconception. I think I let other people say it. Do you know the craziest thing? Do you know that when camera day in my face, you don't know how much prayer I pray if I show up to you. I have to psych myself into this moment. I don't go lie.
Why?
People don't know. And that's the part of me that I think people don't know. I don't like cameras in my face.
Are you?
I don't
you
like
serious?
it. That's my son. My family knows.
Wow.
People close to me know. Brother, I have to talk myself. People, they have their challenges. This is part of mine. People don't know that. So no to so I say entertainment, real estate, all that thing.
But on the more serious note, you look like somebody who's made for the camera.
I don't like it.
Well.
I don't like it. Though sometimes when I post something, you realize I never take picture about it. I'm like, damn, I don't have no pictures to post about it.
Wow.
Like, it's good that way. I might take it with somebody, fine. But me, taking post, I don't do that. Just don't. It's just the part of me that I know. But no, I don't have any entertainment. Nah. But if it's other
So if you're thinking you are expecting to say entertainment or more.
Nah.
You know they.
I think if Soji wants to do it, so they can run it, and then we can show up and say, hello, everybody, we are here, but we are not talking anything after that.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
The other one is, you said there's a new baby coming up.
Yes.
It's a new baby.
Yes.
Can you just, shed a little? Just don't
Just
everything.
let us in a
no,
little
just
bit.
a little.
Yeah.
So my wife is an engineer,
Oh,
profession,
wow.
PhD doctor.
Oh my goodness.
Woman get too much brain.
Oh boy.
You know,
Nanaja.
Nanaja.
Wow.
Actually, my wife is from Misoko, Delta.
Oh,
So I'm from Delta, no say Delta.
The fame.
Baba,
The
I don't chop
fame.
enough
The fame
banga
now.
soup and
The
You don't
fame.
starch.
Should give you yellow about
But how for you?
No, wow.
The yellow one now, where you could just draw.
The starch.
So, Baba, now, wow.
Migo, madam, Migo.
We correct fish.
Migo.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she is an engineer by profession, PhD, and then came in. My cousin, if I introduced us to years back to clinical research. So now she has an academy that she offers classes at 8-week class for people that want to diversify from healthcare, but it's still healthcare.
Yes, yes.
But on a different
level.
And so clinical research, it's our new one. It's a partnership that we have. So when you talk about the AKK, the family paramount, that is the family owned, you have a partnership with ICRC. It's called Innovative Clinical Research Center. It's in Island Lake. It's our newest one. But this is, again, to show the diversification in healthcare. So if you see something like the most simplest way I can explain it is that you see Tylenol that all of us use when we have a headache. It goes through phases of trials.
Yes, sure.
So what our new company does is that you can be a clinical research analyst, CRA. You become part of the team that will go through that. And you can get studies. You can now go through the FDA. And we have a company now that we are part of the study. And we have patients that are enrolling on part of the study. So they can now say, ICRC, we want you to do this, phase 1 or phase 2 or phase 3. If all goes well, FDA approves it because those information went through us. So that is the new one handling, like I say, it's partnership now with ourselves and a great doctor here, and he's a Nigerian.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, it's in Island Lake. It's called ICRC, Innovative Clinical Research Center.
When I tell you, say Nigeria, they carry land.
We know they carry less.
At all.
They carry less.
You guys in Chicago, if you heard what the boss just said, so I don't call him Mr. Boss, I call him Mr. Boss. So if you have any interest, somebody you can always access, you can always talk to him. Not like all those Nigeria CEO, we say, stay there.
No.
You can always talk to him.
No, please, yeah. It's our people. It's everybody.
Me, I did do research.
Oh, good. We're talking.
But this one will be a little bit social.
No.
You have always been social.
Yeah, okay. No, this one's so
social.
He's not into that, so that's what he claimed.
How you know?
Yeah, you just said it now.
We said it here. Okay, you see him now.
Go on.
You see this man. You see this sort of a game. Okay.
I did a little bit of digging.
Okay.
I would love to ask are you related to Obi Kubana? Or is he a family friend? Is he a family?
It's true. Obi Kubana's name is Okoro.
Oh, don't be Okonkwo.
No.
You see?
No, I saw it on I went through the profile. No, I dig and where. So, okay, if everybody is saying this, I must see something to ask that is at least, we don't do Gbasgbos here, but we have a section for Gbasgbos. Yeah. But when we are sharing information, we're sharing information for real. So, are you related family-wise or friends?
So, Obi Kubana's family and our family are very, very close. That goes back more than 40 years, 4 decades.
Okay, now. We are just talking. We'll start the podcast again.
I'm talking about more than.
That's why we're starting again.
So, if I started, Obi is who everybody sees today for his great philanthropic work around the world and in Nigeria. And the dad, late Alex Yebo, and my father, if you come to our house now in the village in Oba, because that's where I'm from, this is Obi's house, this is our house, their main house, their family house, and this is where we are right now. It's a relationship that has transcended over many years, and the family and our family has become family. And as my father and Obi's father has grew, with the great grandfather and the father, and that's us, it has been a generational relationship that's blossomed to what it is today. Sometimes you do not need to be related by blood to be family.
At all.
That is the case here. And Obi has been a great brother, a mentor to me, us all, family, and that's how our relationship, family, personal, has grown. And I know his trip to America, everybody saw it and got too many calls and what's the business, what's this. So now to clear the air, yes, we are family, but not by blood.
No, but not by blood. Yes. But by the next door neighbor. From the great ones.
Yeah, I want to ask, because our time is fast spent, right? So I want to ask two questions in one. First of all, what is money, what does it mean to you?
Money?
Yeah.
There is the new thing in Nigeria now. I don't know. My brother is, my cousin is here too. They turn the money in water, right? I think that's the new thing in Nigeria now. Money in water.
But
what
you
the
never
money
reach
means to me? Eh?
You never reach also.
Are you not drinking water right now?
Water.
Make you drink to this
thing. The real money.
I think more for me, what money means. I can speak for myself.
Okay.
Money is not everything.
Mm-hmm. But the Bible says money answereth everything.
But it answereth everything, but it's still not everything.
Okay, now.
Well, you know
why?
I've been in a situation in my position that I've paid somebody the highest and they're still not satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the money, it's the issue.
Because human beings are insatiable.
It's just the thing. It's not. It's the heart that gives it.
Mm-hmm.
I've given somebody less than that person. The person is very grateful because they appreciated the little that was added onto them. I've given somebody, I do the payroll. I see what's been given. I'm paying this person the highest and they're still not satisfied. From the point of being the person paying, then you ask yourself, then what can I do at this moment to satisfy your needs? So, to me, money will give us the opportunity to enjoy the good things in life, but there are some people that have that money that's still not enjoying the good things in life.
Mm-hmm.
So appreciating life, being able to breathe free, being able to drink water, being able to drink or eat the things we want to eat is more important to me. And just having circle around you that are either lifting you up and then you're talking about progression and we're not here talking about people or bringing down people is more to me than money. Money will come. I always tell people, work hard. You see, something about hard work is this, right? Not everybody that works hard will be rich.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody that works hard will be wealthy. Two different things.
Not all people that work hard
will be wealthy. Not everybody that works hard will be rich.
Yeah, that's a food for thought.
I'm already breaking it down.
Everybody that works hard will be wealthy. Not everybody that works hard will be rich. Some people will just work just minimum to be happy. So if we are chasing money, you forget the little things that matters in life.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to have your family around, enjoy some moments, laughter, sad moments, challenging times, is more important than that money, because us is all we have. So for me, people will say sometimes, Bosa, you paying so much to people. You didn't. It's not that I know their story. They have now talked to me about one or two things happening. I've been in this situation or something similar, or somebody that I care so much has been in it. You give that person money, you pay somebody a lot and more than everything. They're still not happy. How can you get to that person? When you sit down and talk to the person, you see that all they needed but just somebody that would listen to them
You're right.
and reassure them that things are good. It's going to be better in the future. Or this is the path you can take to get there. So to me personally, it is not everything, but it's good to have it.
Thanks so much for that very insightful submission. Then my second question is this. I can say with all, me looking at you, you're looking fresh, I can see the swag in you. And you love life.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And by the way you started, when we started the discussion, you said you told us about your humble beginning too. Though people don't want to believe you were born here, but now some people can hear and I say, oh, wow.
Well, I was born in Portland, New York.
Oga was born here.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you give back to Nigeria? Or how do you give back to the society? Yeah.
Thank you. Was last year, November, my family and I opened up a foundation in Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
It's called Kamuma Foundation. We use the name of our kids. We have our first outreach in Nigeria. I was in Nigeria 4 months ago.
Wow.
We had our first outreach in Nigeria. We chose to go to church to do that first outreach. It was intentional with me, myself, and my wife to decide that's where we want to do it. And this is a church that my wife grew up in. And part of it was surprise to them. We made sure that food, you see, I believe that food is good, but giving people food is not enough. They eat it and it's gone.
Yeah.
But that is the little we did when I was there 3 months ago. We gave the church, everybody that came to church, we planned it. We bought about more than 300 bags of rice, beans, yam,
Wow.
tomato, package. We have pictures of it. We did it first in Nigeria. There are things that you do that you don't want people to know.
To know, yeah.
I think I am a big believer of that one. I do a lot of it. I don't want to talk it and say doesn't make any sense. Just the way me and my God has programmed it. That's the way I'm gonna do it. And in America here, what we've done, I feel that the company that we've created so far, two of them that is family owned, there are things that we've done to our team that has worked with us. They don't work for us. They work with us because I'm at work with them. That we have done. Starting from yearly bonuses that we've given. I remember for about the first 3 years of this company, I was calling every single person. It was more than 200 people. After I make that call for 1 week, bro, my mouth, everything was, wow, I felt it. Just to say thank you so much, I'm giving you $20. And then you calculated how much you gave a lot of people. It added up a lot. But at least we have to start from inside, the people that have done it. And then the society, we've gone to feed your starving children here to be able to give back and help package food items and we work in collaboration with churches. But again, we are the kind of people that will write it. We don't want to have it publicized. And the reason is that for me personally, I think that one that is given behind without the word knowing is more fulfilling. You know, because the person taking it I know if you're the one giving to me, I prefer it that way, more low key
Low key.
and better.
Okay. Yeah, as we round up for this section, what would you like to say to all AK staffing and all space, family paramount all space, and what
Guys,
would you like to say to
be
the
ready
family?
for your annual picnic. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna take my glasses off. On this.
Okay.
I gotta look them and
Look him in the eye, please.
to AK Care staffing team, both people that has worked for alongside with us 8 years ago, to people that just joined the family last week Wednesday. From the bottom of my heart and the management, we say thank you. I said it before. There are other opportunities, there are other places you could have gone to. You chose to make a difference with us. Our rules are different, no doubt. But that what makes us unique. Say thank you. The picnics might not be enough. The monthly meetings might not be enough when I say thank you to you all. But the work you do and the care you take care of these patients and their families, it's all that matters. So the Family Paramount team, we are just beginning. Thank you again is not enough, but let's work hard to make a difference. I always use this analogy. We don't know where somebody is going. When someone is with a hospice, we don't know where they're going. But sometimes we are the last people they see on earth.
Yeah.
Before they take their last breath. You are not doing it for me. You are doing it for yourself. If they are seeing somebody else on the other side, which we all have our beliefs, they all care and be part of the conversation. Thank you. And very, very grateful to every single one of you. Grateful. Thank you.
Don't worry. We allow you to tell them the date for your.
They did for the picnic, and they really want me to push it. We're still working on it. We have to make sure the alcohol is there. The pack we found this time is telling me no alcohol. So if I will give him the task. If he can get us a pack with alcohol,
Don't worry.
we'll run it.
We'll work on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to thank all our viewers. Thank you for sitting and watching this. We really appreciate you. Please click, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.